Good afternoon. Video answer question to make a presentation kept a simple conversation of the technical use. Welcome working for the magic of Lengupa. My full name is Cristian Camilo Torres Tarazona. The name instructor is Cindy Fernanda Cuesta Gomez. Welcome to Limonal Bridge. The question, which is called the Limonal Bridge? The place was named Limonal due to the presence of lemons in the area of influence that served to appease the tears of workers and workers that surrounded the place and that in summer they come the banks of the river to cool themselves inside these abundant and crystalline waters. Question number two. Who was the bridge built? The bridge was built by the National Federation of Coffee over many years ago. Based but practical engineering, it is meant for concrete structures on a since offer river which support the lawn of structure of which the tables are a cluster of wood. Question number three. What characteristics does a heron have? It measures from 91 to 102 centimeters, is later with a long and thin neck and legs, and its plumage is with a long legs, black iris, form and yellow beak. The brilliant plumage present the scapular feathers are elongated and conspicuous. Juveniles are similar to adults. At the time of hair, the two sexes show a dorsal iron characteristic of the species. They present a bottom of fine, lot feathers than seem decomposed by sparses and a long filaments. There are no planes, but the filaments bacillus hang from the shaft. This feature that gives this heron an attractive birth are born at the head of the shoulders, passing through the back. They end up beyond the tail. These feathers are fading as the native season progresses. The picture number one, the picture number two, or Christian Camilo Torres. The picture number one is fog of Bobulcus ibis. Okay, let's continue the other place. There are about the Limonal Bridge and the floor on Bobulcus ibis. Question number two and three answers. Let's continue. Hacienda Lengupam. The picture is beautiful about the for Christian Camilo Torres. Question number one. With what purpose was the hacienda built? Purposed by the Jesuits from Spanish and commanded in 1639 and destination to supply to a school of Tunja. Hacienda Lengupam had a carrot raising and fathering sugar mill, cane, banana, and cotton crops. In her, the Jesuits had arrived on the blanks until the slavery, as it is now, until 1840 in Colombia. Around the hacienda became an urban and rural group that ended on becoming the first parish which also received the name of Lengupa. Question number two. Who are the Jesuits? The Society of Jesuits, the members of the Catholic Church, founded in 1534 by the Spanish Ignacio de Loyola, 23, along with Francisco Javier, Pedro Pablo, Diego Lainez, Alfonso Salmerón, Nicolás de Balboni, Simañao Rodríguez, Juan Couduri, Pascasio Brown, and Claudio Hayo in the city of Rome. It was approved by Father Paul III in 1540 to the Catholic Church. Question number 3. How is the hacienda divided? The first floor is some rooms for storage of products and tools. The kitchen is kitchenless where you can fit an oven to make doughs. Another a basket where the cheese were on, and the course in half is the covered patio. This house is built at right angles of 18 meters on the side, 12 meters on the other, and has approximately 7 fanegas because the rest has been sold. Okay, about the next is near Hacienda. But the right the question about Hacienda Lingupa, 3 question and 3 answer. Okay. The continual place is Trapiche. Question number 1. What is important about this monument? It's a monument in honor on the tradition of a meal used to extract the juice of certain fruits of hair as the cultivation of cane and these derivatives. His materials are ancient like the drink wood, iron, this trapiche, increase the innovable cultural heritage since they are skills that our ancestors developed to be able to support their families, and that novels without their importance for the development of a ground population in the ecotourism of the region. Question number 2. Who is Trapiche used? This meal was handled by oxen composed of 2 forerunners torres that press the sugar cane. Previous crushing and extraction is used. This juice is concentrated and cooked until the crystallization of the sugar. The trapiche is a meal which with the juice of the cane is abundant, with panela, piloncillo in generally manufactured or sugar is abundant. Formerly, animal nutrition was used, although today electric or gasoline engines are used. Question number 3. In what material is Trapiche built? His materials are ancestral. The driftwood, the iron on ancestor built the Trapiche by hand improvising more and more. The continued developing and agricultural production of between quality and better performance is the complementation of the products. The picture for Christian Camilo Torre, the Trapiche in Miraflores. Okay, the question about Trapiche, 3 questions and 3 answers. The other place is San Joaquin Church. Question number 1. In 1 year and by whom was involved? It was born in the year 1743 in the temple that began to be built around 1811 and was featured in 1924. Its architecture is of Roman influence, which is evidenced by the large number of arches in its naves in the front, across altar in gold, from where the pillars gave the altar but over time correspondence. This separate the sculpture. This temple is located at the heart of the frame of the main part of Miraflores and was built by the Jesuits. Question number 2. Is there any myth or legend of this church in the construction? For the construction of the temple, many painters and engineers people who still exist in the region were employed. The workers were already excavation to make the base. They found the 12 large soul gold beams to which they anchored the base of the temple, always under the supervision of a priest who was responsible for the work and is present at all times. The construction. The workers to finish the gold beams, the axis easiest way to handle one wish the work, but I was left with the edges of the great sheen that gave the beams of gold and the glare of the sun. Question number 3. We are the church's colonial. The Catholic Church was established in Colombia with the arrival of the Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century. Along with the expedition of conquest came missionaries from various religious orders, especially Dominicans, Augustinians, Franciscans, and Jesuits, who were in charge of evangelizing the indigenous seed, while serving the established Spanish and Creole groups. This order founded convents in different parts of the country, especially in the Andean region. Okay, the pictures. The question about San Joaquin Church. Continue. Forest. Question number 1. One can be found in the forest. In the forest, you can find a natural reservoir of flora and fauna that is now as bosque. For the conservation of bromeliads, helicones, and orchids, trees such as urapanes and myrtles, as well as being an ecosystem of a variety of birds like the Muchis charm, Bachebir, copeton, different species of butterfly, turtle doves, umbirbreeds, creature tails, pigeons with mirlas, squirrels among other species. There are also the monuments of some of the most representative characters of the municipality of Miraflores. Why is it important to take care of the forest flora? The protection and conservation of the environment is essential for the future of the planet. This is amazed to the fact that a living beings, including humans, depend on many ecosystem goods and services provided by natural events. So it seems that there is a central part of the world population that does not understand it and continues to act in a polluting and unsustainable way. Okay, the forest, the picture number 1 and 2 for Christian Camilo Torres. Is the picture number 2 is Caracao. Question number 3. Tell me a story about some of the characters. The Caracao, Carmen Torres Vaca, and Charter from Miraflores, who dresses in stickers and long dresses and always on a brown of multiple bright colors, and could never miss her hat, security which chin strap, her umbrella, her long earrings, her ring in almost all the fingers, and the pair of colorful necklaces hanging from his neck from a very young age, and do the definition of her family, which ended to her physical limitation. She had to make that for which years he had to work to earn daily living, since his work was never reconsidered and which word was always cancelled with food. His pregnant which was the product of sexual abuse by some workers. Their several children, 2 or 3 after his birth, due to the great physical and mental limitation of Carmen, lost their lives. A priest named Bernardo Arbeláez Saldarriaga was the one who tried to take him on vocal exercise, which allowed him to express his wish for, since the limitation must be treated with their he teach him which is the various exercise. Bra, very brief, crack, crick, crow, and to say among other more caracai, caracao. The apostles choose cocoa, Carmen very learned to see these twisted, so they probably left them. Began to scream, caraca, caracai, caracao, and since their children have started calling him caracao. Okay, the question, 3 question and 3 answer. Okay, thank you for your attention. Good afternoon. See you later.